Alright, well, if this doesn't bring up bad memories of crappy learning situations, then I don't know what does, but it's the best I got for you today. So today is our last lesson on limits, and we are learning something called the difference quotient. Everything we've been doing is kind of coming together today for our final really limit lesson. So go ahead and pause the video, get caught up on your interactive notebook, click play when you're ready to go, and we'll get started from there. All right, so big thing I want you to do today is I want you to work through these videos, and pretty much each slide, when you're done a slide, I want you to pause. I want you to talk to your table about what was that slide, and then pick the videos back up and go from there. Okay, so I really want you to focus on watch me work through a slide with you, and then pause and talk about that with your table about what you could do. I'll make sure I work every problem through for you and talk my thoughts through as we go. All right, so first slide, we have to go back to college algebra. This is a slide that I stole directly from college algebra last year. Okay, and it is, let's say we have some function, f of x equals 3x plus 7. And first problem, this is just to get the gears turning on functions again. What does f of 2 mean? You can pause the video if you want to think about it, but really what we're doing here is we're plugging in 2 in for x. Now, one thing I want to focus on here is really the algebra order of operations. This one's kind of nice because it's all numbers. We got 6 plus 7 and an answer of 13. So then the next time around is, notice how we have f of a. We're going to do the exact same thing. A is my plugin, and I'm replacing x with a. Now, you should be asking yourself, what's different about this answer? Problem number 1, the answer is 13. Problem number 2, the answer is 3a plus 7. Take a second and ask yourself, why is it that number 1 got a numerical answer and number 2 got an expression? And your reasoning should be because for number 1, the input was a 2. And for number 2, the input was a letter. It was A. So, of course, my answer better be in terms of A. That's all I had to plug in with. So now when we get to question 3, this is some real college algebra stuff here. I have 3 times something plus 7, and we need to substitute in A plus B. So this is where, for a lot of the more difficult problems that we're doing today, things are going to be a little different every time. What should you be doing here? In this case, you should distribute. My answer is 3A plus 3B plus 7. That's the best we can do. Again, my input was A and B, so my output was A and B. Okay. Now, this next one, notice how my input is x plus h. I wrote that one, excuse me, I wrote that one pretty intentionally because a lot of what we're dealing with today has x plus h. So it's 3 times something plus 7, input x plus h. And just like the last problem, I just want you to notice that this was in terms of x plus h. Pause the video, talk with your group. How do you feel about these problems? The main takeaway is that notice how it was in terms of x plus h. So my answer was in terms of x and h. That's the main thing I want you to take away. Discuss what you need to discuss and click play when you're ready for the next slide. All right, next, I have a new function for you. Okay, and let's just focus on the first question. Okay, we'll just focus on the first question. Let's just find f of x plus h again, but I want you to notice how this problem is just a little bit more difficult, okay? This time I have 3, and instead of 3x minus 8, like that was very similar to the last slide, I have 3x, and we need to square it. So take 5 seconds and ask yourself, what should be your first step? All right, first step is not distribute the 3. Order of operations, say your first step should be to FOIL. You must do exponents first before multiplication. So now I have 3 times, when you FOIL, you'll get x squared, xh, and h squared.